height is 1.72 meter. When converted to centimeter, it will become 172. The meter is 1.72. When it converted to meter, it will become 172. Minus 100, the ideal body weight will be 72 kg. Then to find the BMI, we will use his present weight divided by his height in meter square. His present weight is 72 kg divided by 1.72 squared. 1.72 square is 2.96 2.96. 72 divided by 2.96, we will have 24.3 kg. That is Muhammad BMI as I calculated. Somebody else should take over.
So, very good afternoon to everybody.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Joshi sir. So, it's good to hear, Yusuf, that you have calculated and you have understood the calculation. It's good to hear that. Regarding anybody else, yes, good afternoon. So, anybody else who would also like to share that did you face any issue while calculating the BMI? Okay. I'm seeing 11 participants. That means we are yet waiting for others to join. So, no issues. I'll be waiting for 2 minutes or 3 minutes at least because the topic which I'm going to start, that's the application of the BMI, as I just discussed with all of you yesterday. So, I really want that everybody should be listening to it and understanding it thoroughly. So, let us wait for 2 3 minutes and then we shall start.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा आप है ना मैडम ठीक
हाँ,
है
हाँ, sir, I'm here.
या ओके नो
As
इशू
I'm seeing little less attendance, so I was waiting for 2 minutes that,
या डेफिनेटली मैडम यस
let them come. Yeah, yeah.
या ओके
I'm here. Yes, sir. All right, so let's get started. So, yesterday we learned about BMI, how to calculate BMI for an individual. Today we would be understanding why do we do this calculation. I'm going to share a slide with you, and that slide is basically the BMI as per the Asian countries, which has been approved by WHO, that is World Health Organization. Okay, why it is as per the Asian countries, the BMI, the range is little different because Asians are more susceptible to diseases even at lower BMI because they have more of the adipose tissue in their body even at lower BMI. Okay, so let's have a look. One of you can confirm if you would be able to just see my screen. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. So for the Asian countries, WHO has said, you can see this that after the calculation, if your answer is coming 27.8, that means you go under obesity grade 1. After the calculation, if your answer is coming 32, that means you go under obesity grade 2. After the calculation, if your answer is coming 17.9, that means you go under the underweight grade where there is a low to high risk of suffering from the comorbidities. So let us understand this range one by one. So the units are kg per meter square, which are similar for all the categories. So one thing is there which is definitely, uh, you know, constant for all the categories. That is, units are kg per meter square. Now it is very, very important for each one of us that what is the meaning of the word obesity and underweight and overweight. These are the three words which generally we come across, and we start using them synonyms, especially overweight as well as obesity. We use them as synonyms, and we say to a person who is obese grade 1, but we call that person overweight, or maybe the person who has to be in overweight category, we call that person as obese as well. So let us understand these definitions, that is overweight, obesity, as well as the meaning of the word underweight. So you all can write down, if you wish to, that if some person has got 10% more weight as compared to the ideal body weight, like for example, the ideal body weight is 60 kg, 10% of 60 kg would be 6 extra. That means 60 plus 6, 66. So if the weight of an individual is 66, that individual, in this particular example, would be falling under the category of the overweight. Similarly, if the weight of the person is more than 10% and reaches near about 20% than the ideal body weight, like I took an example of 60, so 20% of 60 comes out to be 6 plus 6, that is 72 kgs. So if your client weighs, instead of 60, 72 kgs or more than that, then they come under the category of obesity. Similarly, if some person is less than 10% of their ideal body weight or more, then they fall under the category of the underweight. So are these definitions clear to all of you first?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So it is as simple as that. 10% more than overweight. If it is 10% less than underweight, 20% or more than that, the idle body weight, then it is called as the obese individual. Now, what to understand when you get these kind of categories? Like you have calculated the BMI of the person and it is coming underweight. That is less than 18.5 kg per meter square. So what type of a counseling we should be giving to such kind of a patient? That you can eat anything and everything? Just go and lead your life, just be happy and eat whatever you like, drink colas or have cheese slices, have mayonnaise? So the answer is no. It's all about correcting the body composition in an individual. As we all know, our body is made up of lean body mass, which is muscles, which also includes your organs, and the fat percentage, which is the essential fat, which is under your skin and also surrounding the organ. And their major job is to provide the insulation. So, with the help of the lean body mass, that is your skeletal, muscle, organ, and plus the fat mass, this is how an individual is made with water, where solutes are mixed, and that is how we call as blood. And in the bone, there is going to be minerals. So, this in total will make an individual in front of you. So, when some person is underweight, that also means that your body composition is disturbed. So at that point of time, most importantly, what should be done? That after taking their dietary recall, that means knowing that what they are eating, what is their diet, as a way of discipline in the diet. Are they disciplined or they do have a habit of skipping the meals? And the another would be that we would be asking them the exercise history. Because if you want to build the muscle mass, it is not possible without the strength building exercises. If you do not do any exercise, you won't be able to improve upon your muscle toning as well as muscle mass. So, to a person who is underweight, it is equally important to do the exercises the way we may say this to the obese person as well. The another thing which I would like to say for underweight is we should be going for full body checkup. For example, CBC, that is the complete blood count report. In the complete blood count report, you are able to check their hemoglobin level. You are able to check the parameters of packed cell volume, near corpuscle volume, MCV, I mean to say. You are able to check their WBCs, platelet count. You are also able to check whether their RBCs are normal or they are not. So due to all these things, this is how you come to know that what is happening in their body. Has this underweight also affected some of the physiological functions in their body? So this CBC report would be done. Then vitamin D and B12. These, vitamin as well as mineral would also be checked. Because before recommending to anybody some sort of physical activity, it is very, very important to check the vitamin D levels as well as B12 levels. Because if they are low, then the person becomes very susceptible to any kind of injuries as well as the inflammation. So that is the major reason that we would be asking even an underweight patient to go for full body checkup. Most importantly, other thing is we would like to observe their genetics. Are they underweight just because their genetics is like that? Their parents are also very super thin. That means their BMR is very high, that they look like that the way you are seeing them. And the another reason could be, is it a reaction of something? Reaction means some disease, underlying disease inside, or maybe some stress factor due to which there is a loss of appetite, they are not eating well. So we would be really interested in knowing that why this underweight has happened. Sometimes when you are a diabetic patient and it is undiagnosed diabetes, at that point of time also you could be underweight. Because when the glucose is not utilized in the body and there is an insulin deficiency, then at that point of time it may happen that body can shift to muscle mass for the energy, and due to which a patient is losing weight day by day. And probably in 2 months you would be observing that the patient has lost somewhere near to about 3 to 6 kgs. And if this is not stopped, then this would be going on and on and on. So this was majorly about the underweight, that you should be never ignoring and thinking that the weight is less, then the patient may eat anything and everything. Another is that you should be also looking at the angle of the thyroid gland imbalance in the underweight. Is that because generally, as we all know, that thyroid gland is responsible for the BMR. That means thyroid gland basically controls the functioning of all the organs. So when some patient is underweight, it could be also the effect of the imbalance in the thyroid, due to which the patient has become either the patient is increasing weight or the patient is decreasing weight with the same type of diet what they are consuming. But still there is either increase in weight or decrease in weight. So since we are discussing underweight before, so you should be looking at this side as well. Another important thing in the underweight which I would like to highlight is, especially in the female population, that if you come across a female who is underweight, it is your duty to ask about the health of the menstrual cycle. Like for example, if some teenager is underweight, there are very heavy chances that maybe her menarche, that is the first period, it is going to be delayed. As we all know, ovulation means that the ova consumes the minerals and nutrients from the body, and that is how ova becomes mature, and that is how that ova is also ready for fertilization if it has to be. But when there are lack of nutrients in the body and also the body composition is disturbed the way it happens in the underweight patient, then it may happen that there is a problem which you all must be relating to obesity only, which is called as PCODs. Have you ever heard about this terminology, PCOD?
No, ma'am.
No? Nobody has heard this terminology, PCOD?
Ma, which terminology?
PCOD. Okay. Okay, no problem. I'm typing it in the chat box. I have also written the full form of it. Could you all please note it down? Could you all please note it down? Is it done?
Yes, ma.
So if you see this word, it means poly means multiple, cystic means cyst, and ovarian means the ova in the female, and diseases. What do I mean by that? That when a female is not menstruating regularly, when a female is facing some issue related to the menstruation, so there is going to be very, very high status that that female, basically due to lack of nutrients in the blood, the way it happens in the case of the underweight, that her eggs doesn't become mature. You all know na, that the female has follicles in the female has got follicles, and inside that there are uh, thousands and millions of the ova, that is the eggs inside that. And during the menstrual cycle, they become mature, they wait to become fertilized. And if they are not fertilized, they rupture with the endometrium. And that is how the bleeding comes to a female. And that is what we also call as menstrual cycle. You all know that, right? Menstrual cycle, right?
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Yes, ma. Yes,
So
ma.
in the underweight women, there is also this problem due to lack of nutrients in her body. This can happen that she may not be able to get her periods regularly, her menstruation cycle regularly, due to which there could be episodes of problems related to the fertility. So this is basically all about the underweight first, that we should never be underestimating the underweight. Today, the world is behind obesity, but sometimes we forget about the seriousness of the terminology underweight. The way obesity is a disease, similarly, we should not be ignoring being underweight as well. Okay, so shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, madam.
Move on.
Now coming to the next classification, which is called as the normal, that is 18.5 to 22.9 kg per meter square. What do I mean to say about normal? Normal, I mean to say that at this kind of a BMI, we assume that the body composition of an individual is okay, and whatever is the weight of an individual, it is as per their height. So this is called as the normal category, where we may just be asking them if they have any issue and if they want a balanced kind of a diet plan to improve their day-to-day living. But the risk of getting comorbidities means disease risk. So the risk of getting the diseases is very, very low when it comes to this category, which we call it as normal. Now moving on to next category, which is called as overweight. Overweight is also a category which may be confused with muscular hypertrophy. Muscular hypertrophy means maybe there is a person who goes to gym regularly and has built up good amount of the muscle mass. Or maybe there is a person who has got a very athletic kind of a body, which we have already discussed. They are called as mesomorphs. So sometimes mesomorphs, they are coming with higher BMI in the category of 23 to 24.9. And definitely this category is called as overweight. But if it is all because of the increase in the muscle mass and not because of increase in the fat tissue, then we have to basically ignore that they are in overweight category, and we should never be asking them to lose weight. But if it is like that there we can see that they have got little bit of central obesity or fat tissue is building up, then definitely we should be counseling them, because it is very easy to go back from overweight. Very, very easy. The another one is obese grade 1. Now from here, obesity grade would be starting. That whatever the BMI you would be calculating, that is if it is between 25 to 29.9, or else if it is between 30 to 34.9, or else 35 to 39.9, or more than that, that means they are coming under the various categories of the obesity. So from high to severe, this category is that they are very, very vulnerable to get diabetes. They are very, very vulnerable to get CVDs, that is cardiovascular diseases. They are very, very vulnerable to get problems related to cholesterol, that is dyslipidemia. If it is a female, they are also vulnerable to get problems in the menstrual cycle. So that is why these are the grades. Of course, if some person is falling under these grades, then they should be again going for the full body checkup, the way I said over there in the underweight category. So similarly, they should be also undergoing the full body kind of a checkup, so as to see if they have got any underlying disease. In the world, lot of people are pre-diabetic and they do not know about it. Pre-diabetic means the first stage of getting the diabetes. Your body is giving you the hint that if you do not improve your lifestyle, then you will completely become diabetic patient. That means the fasting blood sugar level of that person is coming between 110 to 125. So these are the cadre of the people which fall under the range of being the pre-diabetic kind of patient. So when you are under obese grade 1, you are very vulnerable to become pre-diabetic. That is the first stage. If it is ignored, then you can become diabetic patient as well after 3 to 6 months. Similarly, obese grade 2. So obese grade 2, here I would like to say that this is the stage where the disease risk is very, very high, because maybe the patient is already suffering from diabetes, maybe the patient already had one heart attack, maybe the patient is suffering from hypertension, because this is a kind of the obesity level where it is very difficult for the organs to do their job with this much of the adipose tissue. The last two stages which I have mentioned over here, they are the stages where bariatrics has to be recommended. Bariatrics is actually the study of the medical science or the field in the medical science where the surgeons are going to do some anatomical changes in their body. That means going under the knife to basically reverse your obesity. They are going to cut 90% of the stomach because the stomach basically grows so huge in such BMI patient that they may cut 90% of their stomach, and they are going to do some changes in the digestive tract so that the person can lose weight. So these type of surgeries could be very risky and they are very expensive also. But at the same time, being a nutritionist, health coach, diet coach, you will have limited kind of success in handling these cases, because these cases would be, weight would be something like um, 160 kgs, 180 kgs, 200 kgs, or maybe beyond than that. So I hope you all realize that how we will be able to handle a patient who is 200 kgs. Because just look at the weight, it is so high, the weight is so huge. And how would you ask this patient to go for physical activity as well? Because the weight is so high that we are not sure whether the joints, whether the knee and the pelvic joint would be able to bear that much of weight. So when a person is walking, their joints can get some injury. And even if with the help of diet, we are going to reduce their weight, suppose somebody is 200 kg, I'm reducing 20 kg of weight, then also the patient is 180 kgs, which is still very high. Further, I tried more 20 kgs. Now the patient has come to 160 kg. But I hope you all believe that even 160 kg is still high. So that is the reason that obesity grade 3 and morbid obesity, which is more than 40, these are the grades which may be recommended to the bariatric surgeons. And if the patient is ready, they can undergo this, although there are a lot of side effects related to bariatrics. But these are the stages where a patient may die because of obesity. They may not be able to walk, they would be disabled for a lot of day-to-day work, and they may die because of heart attack, they may die because of high blood pressure and so many other comorbidities. So that is the reason bariatrics, but we should be totally talking to our patients that the moment they are under obese 1 grade category, we should be counseling them so well that such kind of a condition should never become. So is the classification of the BMI clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody wants to ask me some question?
Ma, is it the calculation of BMI?
Hmm.
Yesterday I missed the class while my internet connection.
Oh, so you do not know how to calculate BMI?
Yes, ma, actually.
Okay. So we actually did this calculation yesterday, but two students said that they are facing a issue. So, okay, give me 1 second, please. Let me open my screen. So, are you able to see a whiteboard kind of a screen?
Yes, ma.
Yeah, so how to calculate IBW, that is the ideal body weight, that would be height in centimeters minus 100 if that person is a man, and it would be height in centimeters minus 105 if it is a woman. Is this clear to you? Now
Yes, ma.
BMI is calculated as present weight, whatever is the actual weight of your patient, and you divide it with the height but in meter, and you do the whole square of it. Okay. So if the height is
Yes, ma'am.
1.7, if it is 170 centimeters, so it becomes 1.7 meters. Okay. So you solve this first, that is height in meters, make it double, 1.7 into 1.7. And whatever is the answer, put the present weight above and then divide it. So suppose your answer has come something like 27.5 kg per meter square. So then you compare it with this table, what I have given right here. So your patient is falling under obese grade 1. Is it clear to you now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Similarly, if your answer is 32, so your patient is coming under obese grade 2. That means with every grade, the risk factor for getting the diseases is getting very higher, higher, and higher. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So now very important question which I would like to ask all of you. That question would be, do you think there are any limitations of this concept which is called as BMI? Is this concept BMI has got any kind of limitations according to you?
Yes, madam.
Okay, tell me then. Please tell
Maybe
me.
like if a, yes, madam. Maybe if a person is
Yes.
having some disability, let's say has lost maybe the lower limbs are cut, calculating BMI would be difficult to get a normal BMI.
Okay. What else? Anybody else? Okay. So the first limitation is that it does not cover the life cycle. If some person is 60 kg but is old, or else a person is 60 kg but is 25 years old, the calculation is same for everybody. It is not different according to different stages of life or maybe the life cycle. Because when we all would become old, then our body composition would change. And when we are 25, our body composition is different. So first limitation of BMI is it does not cover the life cycle. It's a calculation like a mathematical calculation and it is same for all. Second thing, which is a limitation in BMI is it doesn't cover the body composition. Like if there are two individuals who are weighing 60 kgs, 60, are we sure that the 60 kg means same type of muscle mass, same amount of fat tissue? Is it like this? So definitely the answer would be again no. So this is one of the another limitation of the BMI, that it does not talk about the body composition. That whatever is your body composition, it doesn't highlight that. It just takes a numeral that is weight. It doesn't take the composition of the body, how that weight is built up. Third limitation of BMI is it doesn't cover edema. Edema means water retention. Water retention in the body is like a complication which basically occurs in the patient who have got kidney problems, who have got heart related problems, or those who have got inflammation in their body. So this is another limitation of the BMI, that it doesn't consider the water retention in the person's body. It just tells that if a patient stands on the weighing machine, it will just tell that this is the weight, it will pick up that weight and divide it by height and it would come. Probably the patient whom you are confusing as obese is actually not suffering from obesity. He is suffering from clinical issue, that is weak cardiac output. The heart functioning is not that good, due to which the blood is not circulating well. And there is a retention of water in certain areas of the body. or maybe kidney is not functioning well, due to which urine formation and urine excretion is not coming at a pace the way it should be. And due to all these things, there is water retention. Although the complications of edema are very, very dangerous, but this is the limitation of the BMI. In such patients, there is no use of doing this kind of a calculation, which is called as BMI. So, is it clear?
Yes, ma.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
another one more limitation of BMI, this calculation is that, if some it can ignore the regional distribution of obesity. For example, there is one patient in front of you who has less muscle mass and has developed the fat mass at one area of the body, but less muscle mass and fat mass at one area of the body. So now what is happening is that when that patient is standing on the weighing machine, the weight has come because muscle mass is less and the fat mass is more. So it has become +1, -1, and the things are adjusted. But the moment you have got less muscle mass, and then your immunity would be less. When you have got more of the fat deposits surrounding your central area where your major organs are there towards your waist circumference, then you are vulnerable for heart diseases as well as the diabetes. So it may underestimate the disease risk in such kind of an individual. So because it doesn't take into account the regional distribution of obesity, it just takes into account the complete body weight. So these are the limitations of the BMI. Otherwise, BMI is a calculation which tells us lot of meanings, but we should not be ignoring these 4 limitations. And whenever you come across a patient who is under these limitations, then you should be very careful. Sometimes you may have to ignore BMI. Like in edema case, you have to ignore BMI, even if it is showing you obese grade 2. The patient is not obese, it's a water retention. So you have to ignore the BMI, whatever it is saying, and you have to start working on the patient as per the clinical manifestation, what that patient is suffering from. So is that clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, good. Yes. Yes, please. Okay. So from here, we would be moving to the concept of that how to do the calculation of the energy requirements for an individual. Okay. Now you can see it over here that definitely you have calculated the idle body weight, you have calculated the BMI. Now how to calculate the, I would like to say, energy requirements for an individual. So for that, there is one table, which is also called as proximal table of calculations. It is basically used for adults. Do you all have a copy of RDA with you? Recommended dietary allowances. It's there in your DNHE book. Have you seen that?
No, ma.
Have you all seen that?
No.
Okay. So, Salmanu, the morbid obesity means that stage where the risk of diseases is very, very high and it can actually lead to death as well. Okay. Okay. So how to do the calculations, that is, how to calculate the energy for an adult. When it comes to the, I would like to say over here, the child. For children, it is a little simpler. How it is simpler? That you have to see that chart, what is given to you by the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, and the one which is there in your DNHE4 books. You please see that, which says about recommended dietary allowances. So there you will see a chart which is given that in what stage what you require. Okay. Let me see if I can dig it out. So I would like to show it to all of you. So just concentrate on the screen. Are you all able to see this chart, what I am showing to you right now?
Yes, ma.
Yes.
So if it is required, I will share that with you as well. Now, if you see this chart, you will see that men, women, infant, children, boys, girls, everything, different categories it is given. Sedentary, moderate, heavy, that means what is your physical activity level. And if your weight is 65 kgs and if your weight is 55 kgs, then you can take these many proteins, this much of carbohydrate, calcium, magnesium, iron, and so on. If you can see, it is given for everything till vitamins as well, right? And if there is a children category, what I'm meaning to say, for infants and children till children and even the adolescents are covered till 18 years. So what should be their body weight and what do they require? So everything if you see over here is covered. All of you can see this? Yes?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma'am,
So
we
what
can
I'll
see
do
it.
is, this is a recent one, so I'll be trying to share it with Joshi sir so that he can share this with all of you. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, yes. Somebody is trying to say me something? Yes, somebody was trying to say me something. Sorry, I couldn't hear. Okay, fine. So I would be sharing this with Joshi sir on WhatsApp and he would be able to share with all of you. You can relate or you can use this in order to, check the requirements, especially in terms of the, I would like to say the micro as well as the macronutrients, what is required. Now, one of the major issue what we come across is in adults. In children, it is okay, but in adults, is every adult 65 kgs? And is an adult who is 65 kgs has got a perfect body weight? Perfect body weight means maybe they are obese because they are short, but still they are 65 kg and they have to be 55 kg. Is every woman being 55 kg only? Is it right present everywhere that every woman is 55 kg? So I hope you agree with me that the answer is no. Every adult, they have taken for an example, a reference for reference purpose that an adult who weighs 65 kgs as a man and the adult who weighs 55 kgs as in a woman requires all this. But what if that man is overweight or obese or underweight and same stands for a woman? So for that, we need to calculate the macronutrients for them because their body weight is not matching with what is given in the RDA. Are you understanding now?
Yes, we are
Yes, ma.
getting it.
Okay. So how to do that calculation? That is what I'm going to show you right away. This is a proximal table of calculations which I'm going to do, which is given by WHO. I really wish that all of you should be making this table the way I'm doing it. So it would be coming as type of activity, the first heading. Second heading would be obese or overweight. The next heading would be normal. Another would be underweight. So that under the type of activity, it would be coming sedentary, moderate, heavy. And under obese, this would be coming 20 to 25, 30, 35, You just draw this table first, then I'll make you understand. Are you all able to see now what I'm doing?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma.
Copying.
At least you do this first, then I will make you understand. So these are the units. Kilocalorie per kg per day. For example, 20 to 25 kilocalorie per kg per day, 30 kilocalorie per kg per day, 35 kilocalorie per kg per day. So on. It should be read it like this. So first all of you please complete it. Then I would be making you understand that what is the meaning of this table. Have you all written this?
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
all written this? Okay. So now let us understand what is to be done. If after calculation of idle body weight and BMI, you are finding that the idle body weight range is there. That means my person has to weigh 50 kg and the weight is between the range that is 47 to 53. Then you have to pick up this one. That is a normal category. You have to choose normal, this cadre, and check at the physical activity. Whether sedentary, then pick up 30. If moderate, pick up 35. If you find the physical activity like an athlete or a heavy worker, then pick up 40. Similarly, after calculation of the idle body weight and BMI, if you have found that your client comes under obese cadre 1, obese cadre 2, or maybe overweight, then looking at the physical activity, you can pick choose the factor 20 to 25, 30 or 35. And last but not the least, if it is coming the BMI less than 18.5, and also my client has to weigh 60 kgs and is actually weighing only 45 to 50 kgs, then I have to check the cadre of the underweight. So what do I mean by that? I need to multiply their weight with this factor. Like for example, there is a woman whose weight is 70 kg and has to be 50 kg. So 50 kg is almost the ideal body weight of that woman. Now, unfortunately, this woman is 70 kgs. Then what I am going to do, I will just see the which category. I will see the obese or the overweight category. Are you getting clear with this? So I would also be checking what is their physical activity level, whether sedentary, whether moderate or heavy. So if this cadre female who has to be 50 but is actually weighing 70, that means she is 20 kg obese and is a moderate kind of a worker or a sedentary kind of a worker, then I need to give them the calorie calculation, right? If it is a sedentary worker, 750 kg multiply by, you can see this, na, kilocalorie per kg per day. That means how many kilocalories should be fed to per kg in a day. So in this, we would be doing like what? 50 is the weight what should be there, but unfortunately this woman is obese. So 50 multiply by, if that woman is sedentary, not physically active, so I would be doing 50 multiply by 20 or 25. So I'm picking up 25. So this woman basically requires how many kilocalories? So it will come out to be 1250 kilocalorie per day. Similarly, another example, the woman weighs actually 50 kgs and has to be 60 kgs. That means the woman is underweight. So in that, I would pick up 60 is the ideal body weight which this should be. But unfortunately, this woman is underweight, maybe a sedentary worker, maybe a moderate worker, and I'll pick up the, I would like to say the factor. So in this case, if the woman is, let it be the moderate worker, so I'll pick up 60 multiplied by 40. These would be the kilocalorie per day. Sorry, which comes out to be 2400. In this case, kilocalorie per day. Is it clear to all of you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let us take a case study and do it one by one. You all have calculated the BMI, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So I'll take one case. Abdul Majid, you did the
Yes.
BMI calculation for 5 people.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So out of them, was there anybody who was found obese?
Oh, I didn't get you well, ma'am.
Huh?
I didn't get you well.
No. In that BMI calculation, was any client of yours is obese? So is any client of yours is found obese?
No, no, ma'am.
So everybody is in the normal range of the BMI in your case? Okay. Okay, so let it be if they are in the normal range. Could you tell me the BMI what you have calculated? Like, could you tell me the BMI answer for first case? What is your BMI? What is your answer in the BMI for first case?
BMI.
Hmm.
The BMI from the table.
No. I gave the homework na to calculate the BMI for the people, at least 5 people for practice. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, relax. It's okay, don't get confused. Can anybody else? Okay, so like it is written, Mari. Mari has written the first case which she got, the BMI was 20.81. Okay, so this BMI is 20.81. So let us see from the category what I have taught you today. 20.81 is coming under where? Which category? It is in the normal category. That means this client doesn't has any underweight or maybe the obesity kinds of issue. So what should be the energy what I should be giving? When it comes under the normal category, then according to this table, I have to see the center line. Could you see this? What I have oh, everything gets highlighted. Could you see this normal category what I have shown on the screen? 30, 35, 40.
Yes.
Could you see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct, correct. So, Mari, I just request you, could you tell the weight also of your person whose BMI is 20.81? Could you tell the ideal body weight of that person? Or you can type it, Mari, the ideal body weight of this person. They are under a normal category, but what is their weight? Because this calculation is based on the weight. Okay, 52 kgs. So that means what? This person who is of the normal body weight and the BMI, so I need to give either 30 kilocalorie, 35 kilocalorie or 40 kilocalorie. So Mari, could you also specify to me whether this person is sedentary, moderate or heavy according to you? Are they doing some exercises? Then you can pick up moderate. Or they are not doing anything. Yeah, Yusuf, I'll calculate for you also. Let Mari answer to me. That in 52 kg, are they sedentary? That means not doing any exercises, or they do some exercises? Okay, okay, nothing, just a student. Okay, fine. So if they are a sedentary means no exercises, as Mari said, but falling under the normal category. So under sedentary, if you see over here, what is the factor in normal? 30. That means here 52, which is the ideal body weight, would be multiplied over here with 30 factor. And whatever is the answer that you are going to get, here it would be, I would like to say 1560. That would be the answer, is the kilocalorie requirement per day. Just a simple multiplication I have done. Similarly, Yusuf, you said that your client comes under obese grade 1. That means we have to see the first one, obese and overweight, this parameter. Either we can give 20 kilocalorie, 25, 30 or 35. So Yusuf, could you also please tell me what is the physical activity of this client, whether it is sedentary, moderate or heavy? Like how would you rank it? Are they doing some kind of exercises?
Doing nothing, ma'am.
Sorry?
They are doing nothing.
Achha.
Yes.
Doing nothing. That means they are obese and they are doing nothing, means a very sedentary kind of a lifestyle. So we may pick up 20 to 25 factor. But could you please tell me their ideal body weight, Yusuf? What is the ideal body weight?
It's 60, ma'am.
60. So that means here we can multiply 60. Because they are obese, we have to pick up the first one, and they are sedentary lifestyle. So it would be 60 multiplied by what, Yusuf?
20 or 25.
Very good. So here I am taking 25, giving a little advantage to my client only. So that would be coming to about 1500, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 1500 kilocalorie per day. That means this client who is obese grade 1 and is doing nothing, no exercise, is a sedentary lifestyle. This client requires 1500 kilocalorie per day. Now, do you understand?
I understand, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma.
Good. So I'm giving you one example, and I am really expecting that you would be calculating the calorie requirement for this client. The screen would be visible so that you can, use it and you can apply the formula. Okay. So I'll give you a case study of the client who is 180 centimeter in height. Okay. And the weight of that client is 95 kgs. Okay. And the client is a man. So kindly calculate the energy requirement. So here first you will calculate the body weight, ideal body weight. Then you will calculate BMI, check in which category they are coming, and then do the energy requirement. So I'm waiting. Please do that.
Ma'am? Hello, ma'am. I have question.
Yes, Yusuf.
The fast lifestyle, is it heavy or moderate or sedentary?
You can take moderate, Yusuf.
Okay, ma'am.
Abdul, I guess you are not able to understand, right? No problem, Abdul. I would be solving this case study. So then you would be able to understand. Don't feel disheartened. Okay. Do whatever you know. Then I would be solving this case study. Okay.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much.
But let's wait for others. Let them do it. So let's wait. Okay.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
Ma,
Yes.
which type of activity are we going to take for them? Sedentary, moderate, or heavy?
Yeah, you can take moderate.
Okay, ma.
All right. So shall I solve this case study and we can discuss this further?
Yes, ma.
Okay, good. So all of you kindly concentrate on again this whiteboard. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible? Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we have got a man who is 180 centimeter in height and weight is 90 kg. So first I am going to calculate ideal body weight. So the formula for ideal body weight is height in centimeters minus 100. If I feed over here, the height in centimeter is 180. And if I have to minus 100, so the ideal body weight is coming out to be 80 kgs. Has everybody understood this?
Yes.
Yeah? Is this step clear to everybody?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Faisal?
No, ma.
Yes.
Yeah, for the ideal
No?
body
No,
weight.
ma. Come again, ma.
Hello, ma.
Yes, Faisal, ask me.
Yes, for the ideal body weight. Are we not supposed to have a range?
Yeah, we can have a range, na. So that
Yes.
means this man would have a weight anything between, simply it is
77,
anything between 77 to 83 kg. Correct? No?
Yes, man. In this case now, which one do I use? Because if it is
80
better,
only. 80 only, Faisal. 80 only. If you need to find the difference, because right now this man is weighing 95 kg. So
yes.
for the difference, you need to pick up mean. Mean would be 80 only over here, the center point.
Okay, ma. Thank
But
you.
if this man would have got 79 kg, or if this man would have got 82 kgs, then we would not have called this man as obese or unhealthy. Now do you get this?
Yes.
So shall I move
Yes.
forward now to BMI calculation?
Yes.
Let me ask personally.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, I guess Abdul. Abdul, do you understand this?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Do you understand ideal body weight, Abdul? Can I move forward?
Yes, ma. I understood.
Good. So when we talk about BMI, as you can see the formula of the BMI, I have already mentioned this formula. I am taking you up. Present weight divided by height in meter square. So what is the present weight over here? 95. This
95.
man has to be 80 or somewhere between this range, 77 to 83. But unfortunately, this man is 95. So I am going to put in the present weight 95 and I would divide it with the meter. So what is in the centimeter, what is the height? 180. So what it would become in meter? 1.80 divided by 100.
Yes.
Yes, is it clear now? 1.80 where it has come from.
Yes. You
Yes, ma'am.
divide 180 over 100.
So we divide it with 1.80 multiply by 1.80 Because do you remember? I take you back again. It is meter, but this
Square.
whole is under the square. So that is the
Yes,
reason
Yes,
I'm doing 1.80, 1.80. As per the rule of the maths, we have to solve multiplication first. So I am also opening my calculator. I would be multiplying 1.80 into 1.80. So I have got the answer as 3.24. That means 95 divided by 3.24. Right, Abdul?
Yes,
yes,
that is
yes.
29
So now I have got the answer as, again I'm using my calculator, 95 divided by 3.24. I've got the answer, which is of BMI 29, up till 2 places decimal, 32 kg per meter square. Is it okay, Abdul?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
When I actually compare it, 29, what is the answer? 29.32. Let us see where 29.32 is coming. Abdul, can you tell me where is 29.32 falling under which grade? $29.32. It is coming under which grade, Abdul?
I don't see the table. That's why I didn't see the table.
Obese grade 1. Yes,
Correct.
obese grade 1.
So you can see here, 29.32 means here, obese grade 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Correct. So this client of mine is coming under the cadre obese grade 1. So when somebody is obese, we need to pick up which thing in this table, which I have highlighted. Obese, normal or underweight? Which one? Tell me, Abdul.
Obese.
Obese. Very good. So I need to pick up obese. So you all asked me what is the physical activity. So I said moderate. So Abdul, it is moderate. Look at the highlight and see and tell me. Since my client is moderate worker, that means the activity is moderate. Which factor I should be picking up in obese or overweight?
That is
Don't you
moderate.
think so? This I should pick up 30, which is under the second cadre, moderate 30 under obese.
Is it
Yes, moderate.
Correct. Moderate but under
starting?
obese. If it is moderate under normal, then it would be 35. If it is moderate under underweight, it would be 40. Is it clear to you, Abdul?
Yes,
So now
ma'am.
I will do the energy calculation. Okay. So how I am going to do the energy calculation? That my client's weight has to be what? 80. But unfortunately, my client is obese. That is why the factor which I am going to pick up is 80 multiplied by, I came to know he or she is a moderate worker. He, actually I have given one case. So I picked up 30 under this one. So it is 80 multiplied by 30, which is equal to what? 2400 kilocalorie per day. This is the energy requirement of my client, 2400 kilocalorie per day. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Well understood, ma'am.
Sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
But where do you get that time?
Sorry, I am not able to hear you.
Where do you get that?
Abdul, you are asking me something? Your voice is not that clear, Abdul.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
listening
80.
to you, but I cannot hear you properly.
Maybe it's our network, that's why.
No problem. You can type it in the chat box. I'll be able to read it then.
Okay.
He mean how do you get the 30?
How do you?
How do we get the 30?
How do we get the?
30.
No, you have to type it to me. Please type. I'm not able to understand the last word what you are asking.
Abdul is asking. Abdul is asking where you got the 30 from.
Yeah, where do you get the 30?
Hello, ma.
Yeah.
Abdul is asking about
you ask me. Yeah, Abdul is asking, Khalifa, you can tell me. Your voice is clear.
Okay, ma. Abdul is asking, how do you get the 30 used?
30?
Yes, he is referring to the 30 from the proximal table of calculation.
Yeah, Abdul, could you see this proximal table? Is the screen not visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So, Abdul, this 30 I have picked up from this proximal table. Can't you see, can you see that I have highlighted that table? Is the screen not visible to you? Shall I share it again?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, my screen is visible.
So don't get confused. Just look at this I have highlighted. This is given by WHO. You all have to write this table and try to remember this table, or else put it on your wall so that you can remember this table. So here in this case, the client was obese, but was a moderate worker. So we have to look at the cadre of the obese only. If you see under obese, I have written 20 to 25, 30, 35. So this particular person is moderate worker. So that's why I have picked up, if you can see in front of moderate, it is 30. "30 factor is under the normal, but under sedentary. If it is moderate under obese, you have to pick up 30 kilocalorie per kg per day. And from where I have got 80, I have not gotten it from somewhere. That is the ideal body weight of my client. So I have picked up that numeral. That's it. Abdul, does that make sense to you? Okay. I will. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand, but then it could be difficult. But I am also trying to show it to you again and again. And it's all about practice also, so that you all can practice it well, do it again and again. And that is how you all would be able to understand.
Okay.
That's why I said that please sit with copy and pen. Whatever I have written today, I was typing it. So those things you have to write it in your notes. The proximal table you all were supposed to write in your notes. Write it down on the copy.
Yes, we have written the table.
Okay, good. So once you practice, I'm sure you would be able to understand. Okay, Abdul, I'll ask you a simple question. If some client is underweight and is a moderate worker, which factor you are going to use? Underweight and moderate.
You said?
Which factor out of proximal table you will use, Abdul? Look at the proximal table.
Please, can you share the
Go to underweight cadre, see moderate, and tell me which one you need to use.
The moderate, huh?
Moderate, correct.
Mm-hmm. Which is 30.
30?
Which is 30.
40.
Over. No, 30.
Sorry, could you type it, Abdul? Maybe the voice is not clear. I'm asking moderate worker and underweight as well. So which factor you are going to use? Which factor comes?
40, ma'am.
30? It has to be 40, Abdul. I don't know. See, this is a little limitation of online class also. If I would have been there physically and board and pen and everything would have been there, I would have been able to do more justice. But you all also know it's an online class. I'm trying in my capacity best to make you understand. Kindly read the proximal table, Abdul. You will be finding under underweight, under underweight category, moderate, where you are pointing, 40.
Yes, it's 40.
Yeah. Tell me one more time now. If your client is normal, that means in the idle body weight, normal, and is a heavy worker, which factor you are going to use?
Is
Heavy
40, ma'am.
worker and
40.
normal. Let him answer, na? Let him answer. He's feeling a little confused with the mathematical digits.
It's 40.
Very good, Abdul. You have to
ma'am.
answer. Yes? 40. Good, very good. I think I should be clapping now. Finally, you got the fundamentals. Good, very good. So this is how you need to use. And this is how you need to pick up that what is the activity status, what is the cadre, whether obese, whether underweight, whether normal, or and accordingly you do that. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So as per the DNHE1 syllabus, what we all were discussing, so today was my last class for DNHE1. So when we are going to meet for next time, it would be some part of DNHE3. But as per promise yesterday, 15-20 minutes, I'm going to discuss with all of you DNHE4 a little bit today, and next time when we meet, then more of it next time as well. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Before I start with DNHE4, you all have to calculate the energy requirements of at least 2 at your home. So that you can practice it well. Would you be able to do that? 2 people at your home. Would you be able to do that? Tell me, everybody, thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Yes.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Good, very good. Yes, because the more you are going to practice, the more you are going to do and solve it by yourself, the more it would be that you would be able to understand this.
Exactly.
Exactly? So, okay. So kindly
Yes,
just
ma'am.
do the energy requirements of 2 people in your family. And when we meet next time, we can discuss, when we meet after interval, that whether you were able to do it or not. Okay? Okay. So now coming to DNHE4, the first thing that comes into picture, what is DNHE4? It is all about the project. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah. So it is all about project. Yes, Mimi?
Yeah, before we go to DNH4, I had a suggestion. I find your notes very clear to read and easy actually to revise. So I was requesting, they share the videos, which is okay, but can we just get a PDF file of your notes you've written so that we can browse through? I find them so useful than even going through the whole class on the online to get the particular information. Now, like the table you've shared, the calculation table that we're supposed to have, can't we just get that as a folder file?
Okay, Mimi. So whatever I have, I'll just share it. Actually, Mimi, I have written a book, and these notes, what I'm sharing to you, they are part of my own copyrights book. But still, I don't mind. I will be sharing that with you, the PDF which I was showing to you regarding macro and micro, and you all can go through. Okay?
Thank you,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, what is DNHE4? So, DNHE4 is basically the project. Now, the question that comes into mind is, what is project? So here I would like to say project is not an article. It's not an article. Lot of time students, what they are going to do, they are going to take such kind of subject like what are the causes of anemia. But my immediate question is that already it has been proven. What are the causes of anemia? Why do you want to prove it? It is nothing new. It has already been done. In this project, we have to take some topic, either which is not being researched, or else we have to take a particular disease or disorder, and we have to think about a unique kind of, I would like to say, a dietary intervention therapy, a physical activity therapy, or maybe a disease is there and we want to know the knowledge, attitude, and practice of those patients. Like, for example, I'm very keen to know that how is the quality of life of patients after COVID? Why I will do a project on what is the meaning of COVID? Is it something, an article I am writing? Because what is COVID is already there all over. So what is my job? My job is as a researcher, a mini project. I should be doing something which has not been done, something unique, something new. And I'm really interested to know what is the quality of life after COVID. Quality of life means what is the social impact of COVID on the life? What is the economic impact of the COVID in the on the life of the people? What is the psychological impact? What is the physical impact? There are so many people who still feel breathlessness after the COVID. So the first and the foremost thing which is required in the project is the uniqueness of the topic. Uniqueness. You all may write these words so that it helps you to finalize or to think about your topic. Please write these words. It's my request to you. Whatever the words I am saying as a keywords. Like the first keyword, what I'm highlighting over here is uniqueness of the topic. Second important point is significance. Significance means how this topic is going to help the society. When you are going to find something, is it going to help the society? When you think like that, you immediately get that whether my topic is unique or not. Like if I want to find what are the signs and symptoms of diabetes, is this topic unique? Is it going to tell something to the society? Already some people have done this work. That what are the signs and symptoms? What is something new I'm doing? But I want to do something for diabetic patient. That is something, a very unique cause. But what I'm going to do, I need to really dig out. I need to really think about it. What I need to do in this topic. Am I making sense to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The another
Yes, ma'am.
important word you can see in the chat box that is called as gap identification. Gap identification means where you feel the work has not been done and I really want to do the work. Okay. Now let me show you an example that for this we can go to the Google. I think screen is not visible. No? Now is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
So here in the
The
Google,
screen
I will
is
type,
visible.
suppose I am wanting to do something in diabetes. So I can type in the Google, latest research in diabetes. Okay. But which diabetes? Type 2, for example. So here I'll go. Can you see? You would be able to see so many research papers on the diabetes, latest research and news. There are some kind of different medications which are done. Now I would be becoming more particular. Here I will write related to nutrition. What it is? I found some research papers.
Please, Jafar, off your mic. Please, Jafar.
Like effect of diet on type 2 diabetes mellitus, a review. This is a paper which was published in International Journal of Health Sciences. And here it is written that what they found regarding the diabetes. Similarly, I can again go back and I can check on another research paper which I can see over here. Recent advances. They have done about what is diabetes and what are the recent advances. So I can read this, and this would help me to decide that what I exactly want to do in this. Now I want to work something about quality of life in diabetic patients. So what I do is related to quality of life. You need to be very precise about your filters. So I can see over here, there are few research papers regarding the quality of life. And once I open this is a research paper in National Library of Medicine, where quality of life was assessed, and abstract means I can read what they have done. And once I go down, I'll come to know what they have done. So I can read about it, take the help of the introduction. If I want to write something good from this article, that diabetes is the increasing, growing metabolic threat. So you would have seen you would have seen over here, one number is written. What is the meaning of that? That this person has done the research and this line has come from this person. That means we are giving appreciation to this person, that these are not my original lines. This person wrote it. That is how I have given the appreciation to this person. So whenever you are doing any kind of project, it is very important to do review of literature. Review of literature means to read what other people have done in that field. Like, I will again filter. I'm going to write what? Review of literature on type 2 diabetes, but in which you want to see the review. Let's say suppose I want to see on exercise. I'm not sure. I feel that diabetic people never do exercise. They are not doing it. So while typing this, could you see that these all are the research papers which are going to open in front of you, which are generally talking about what people have found out about diabetes as well as the exercise point of view. Are you getting clear? So whichever paper you like, you can open that research paper and you can read it. You can make your notes that what people have done and what you want to do. So since we are going to continue this discussion in the next lecture also, so that is why for today for project 4, my piece of advice is think about a topic, tell me and decide about the significance of that topic, why you should be doing it, how it is going to contribute to your society. If you want to work on
Abdul, please
underweight
off your
patients,
mic, please.
if you want to work on underweight patients or underweight children, then how you are going to work for them? Are you going to go to them and take their interview, at least about 20 to 25 children, and you are going to understand that why this is happening to them at first place? But in the interview method means the questions should be same to every 25 children. You cannot ask different questions to different children. That is the beauty of the research. Same thing when we ask to different people, then we come to know how the opinion is different and what could be the potential reason. Like, what are the causes of heart attack? One person, same question, but different answer. One could have said, I have a lot of stress. The other could have said, I smoke a lot. The other could have said, I don't do exercise. And that is how we come to a conclusion that these could be the potential reasons. So the homework which I am giving till we meet next time is that you all need to decide upon the topic and also see the gap identification, means where the work has not been done. Read some research papers with the help of review of literature and then get back to me. Then I will tell you further, then what is to be done further. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, very good. Okay. Okay, so now I will meet you after some interval. We are not meeting next weekend because the class would be continued by some other teacher. Okay, so best of luck. Have a good weekend. It is actually ending ahead, or have a good weekday ahead now. So I shall meet you after some gap in DNHE3. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your lectures.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma. Thank you.
God bless you
Thank you,
all.
ma.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Don't
Keep on
forget to
practicing.
share the
Yeah,
PDF
Mimi,
file.
I remember. Yes, Mimi, I remember.
Thank you,
I'll
ma'am.
share.
Bless you. Bye.
Yes. Bye. So God bless you all. So keep on practicing. Practicing would only help you to, learn about the calculations. Okay. And then you will find it so easy. Okay. It's all about practicing. Keep on doing that. And Abdul, don't get confused by just looking at the mathematical numbers. They are just numerals. Do friendship with them. You would just be okay. Okay.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. Okay, Joshi sir. So I'll call it a day today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Abdul Majid. Hello?